the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So just quickly, we're going to do a little preview into what Abu Dhabi, seeing as the season finale.
Predictions, though.
We'll do that in a second. Yeah, the season finale is now going to be next week. Just quickly to mention the changes made. There have been a few adjustments on the track. Any idea who they're going to favour, you think, maybe?
I think Sector 1 is probably going to be the Red Bull sector.
I mean, Sector 1 is now literally just the left hand of Turn 1,
it's
the
more
flat
the
right of
downforce.
Turn 2,
Yeah, that's the downforce.
and then that's it.
Yeah, so Sector 1 would be Red Bull, probably.
Okay.
Sector 2 and 3... See, that's the thing, like, you'd say with the long straights...
I'd say Merck Sector 2, because those are just the two straights.
Yeah, but then Sector 3... I think even with Sector 2, like... With Red Bull, they had the pace to go on pole. So you could say over a single lap, Red Bull could have the pace.
True.
And I think that's the thing, if Max gets pole, I think Max will have enough to keep Lewis behind him. Like, Max had enough to keep Lewis behind him somehow in Saudi.
For most of it, I mean...
He only let him by because of his tyres getting
No, but even then, he only let him by because he had to, because otherwise
Yeah,
he got a 5-second penalty. So that was illegal.
Yeah, so if you look at it, I don't think Lewis would have actually passed him. Abu Dhabi's a bit wider maybe, but...
I think there are longer straights, so with DRS, the problem with Abu Dhabi, if we're saying problem for racing, is Lewis can overtake him just on the straight. Like, he doesn't need to do it in the corner and then be forced wide. He can just do it in the straight. So
yeah, but that's the thing. He's going to lose quite a bit because he's going to run a lower downforce. Then I think they'll run a higher downforce and then gain a lot through those, because that's what Max was doing. If you look at Max's timings on Lewis, Max was gaining on Lewis in the first sector. They go in like 0.8. They come out like 1.6, 1.7. He was gapping Lewis in Sector 1, and Lewis would pull it back in Sector 2 and 3, but still Lewis would be like 0.1, 0.9 a second 0.2 behind. So Max was actually gaining way more in Sector 1 than Lewis was actually gaining in Sector 2 and 3 combined.
So do you think, to reverse this now, if Sector 1 is just two corners now, seeing as they've made the changes, Sector 2 is, apart from another two corners, just two very long DRS straights, and then Sector 3 is the technical part, you think Red Bull being pretty good at Sector 1 and then far superior in Sector 3 will be enough for him to pull up enough of a
I think
gap?
Max has the underlying, like, if you watch like his laps in Saudi, you'd see like Lewis was cautious with his driving. Max was not. Max was, every single lap, Max was like, this is the barrier, this is his tire. Like, he was pushing it to gain as much of an advantage. I think he'll be able to gain, if he gets pole, which I think he probably would get pole, like, based on their like performance in Saudi.
Yeah.
I think that all they need to do is, he needs to do what he's doing, is keep Lewis within a few seconds behind you. Red Bull have a better stop than Mercedes, they always basically do.
Yeah.
And then just keep him behind you, keep a 1 second, hold that, and then you won the championship basically.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
they can always ask Perez to knock Lewis out.
And they could always ask Bottas to hit Verstappen.
Yeah,
I guess.
but Bottas wouldn't do it.
Bottas would miss, yeah. But
no, either who would get the penalty for that? Red Bull, but Red Bull have already lost the constructors. The only issue is that they'll lose a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't think Red Bull, seeing as they want to sell drinks in extreme sports. To be fair, it would be a good look for extreme sports, bit of demolition derby and all that. But I would say, I'm not sure. I feel like it will be tough. I don't know. I feel like Lewis would be able to hold it out behind him purely because if they manage to set up the car properly. Actually, this is what I was going to say. It all depends on the setup of the car. So Lewis, if you looked at his steering wheel in his qualifying lap, it was a bit twitchy and all of this. So when you were saying he was cautious, I don't know if he was upset with the balance of the car, whatever it was, but it was very twitchy. Max's Red Bull looked like Mercedes of 2018 and 19 and all of this, where it's very smooth. Like one turning into the corner, perfectly smooth, it's all of this. And then he pushed the limit. Obviously, credit to him, he pushed the limits, he did very well on the lap. Lewis looked very twitchy on the steering wheel and all of this. So I think the track will suit whoever just sets up the car better. I think it's basically equal, really.
And I was going to say something else that I forgot. There's that, and there's... I forgot what I was going to say.
I can't even remember what we were talking about. How easy it will be to overtake DRS, wide track. We'll carry on. We'll see if you can remember it before we
Go
end it.
bring up the predictions from last time.
Almost. We're almost there. Just quickly
Come
before we
on.
do predictions, bro.
Do it!
This is going to be the 4th title decided in Abu Dhabi. To summarise the last 3, we've had Alonso stuck behind a slow Renault for the whole race in 2010. We've had 2014 where Lewis just won and Rosberg retired, so nothing basically happened. And then 2016...
He didn't retire, he finished the race, but... Yeah,
Oh,
the mechanical issue.
yeah, it was a mechanical issue that kind of ruined it. So, 2016, Lewis slowed down to hold up Rosberg. Vettel and Verstappen couldn't overtake him, even though they were all going very slowly. So the theme here is people can't overtake. Do you think that will change? I'm assuming that will probably change because of the regulations this year, right? Like, they've made it easier to follow, like, a little bit.
Oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Saudi, the degradation on the tires was very low. That's why Lewis was able to keep up with Max for a very long time.
Yeah.
His deg was very low. Abu Dhabi is not known for low degradation.
I think it will be slightly higher. It's not known for high deg, but it's definitely...
But if
it
he's
should be higher
following
than
in the
Saudi.
hot air for how long the track is, like it's a longer circuit, not so as in like length, it's longer as in laps.
Oh, okay. You mean the total track time
Yes.
plus the laps and stuff? Ah.
So it would be a lot if they put on same tires. Lewis is in a much worse position because Lewis is going to be behind him for a very long time. All Max has to do is keep him in his dirty air for a long time, and Lewis's tires are going. It's not known to be a very, very high like deg race, but like
No. But now we will get on, finally, to your, I guess, favourite part, seeing as you've performed so well in this.
it's
The
3-0.
predictions.
It's 3-0.
Don't tell me you checked this because you've been so
No, I
smug about all
I
this stuff.
haven't checked it yet.
Alright, let's see what was
But
said.
I know kind of what happened basically.
I definitely know that I didn't have a great week, as always. You know what I'm thinking of doing for next year? We've got to do F1 Fantasy. I managed to log back into my F1 Fantasy account this week. We need to do F1 Fantasy, bro.
No,
We're doing it next year.
too much effort.
No, bro, it'll be funny.
Why are you looking at in Saudi, bro, not Qatar?
There it is.
Yeah.
Right, we'll do it for we're doing fantasy next year. Anyway, results. Where's the results? Results. Okay, so our predictions are qualifying top 3. You said Lewis, Max, Bottas, which
Wait, was it? Oh no, Max came in P3. Nah, it's so gross.
I'm on because of the failed lap. I was right. It was actually Lewis, Bottas,
Okay,
Max.
1-0 to you.
So I'll take that. Now we're going on to the top 5 in the race. Oh god. Oh, here we go. So you said Lewis, yes. Max, yes. Bottas, yes. Charles, no, because of the accident. And then Fernando, no, because he was nowhere near. The actual top 5, just to clarify, was Lewis, Verstappen, Bottas, Ocon, Ricciardo. Now mine was Lewis, Max, again, yes, quite obviously. Perez, no, because of the crash. Sainz, no, nowhere near. And then Lando.
So I
Also
won. I
definitely
won.
not.
I won the race. You on the qualifying. So I'm saying either we both get 0, because it's a draw, or we both get half. Because when I won, I got 1. So it's 3-0 basically. So it's either 3.5 to half, or just 3-0 and just keep it like that.
We'll just go one each. We'll go one each.
No,
Take
because
out
that means like it looks like you won one. No.
No. Well,
3.5 to
just
half,
to clarify,
3-0.
driver of the day, Charles and Sainz, no. It
Max.
was very weird. I'm surprised it wasn't Ocon.
No.
Ocon really deserved driver of the day this time.
No, but Max did so well keeping us behind. So.
Yeah, until he didn't because he illegally kept.
But that's
behind.
it was over by then. Like everyone had voted by them basically. So
Yeah.
3.5 to half basically. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Well, new predictions this time. We're going into the new ones.
Going over.
New predictions.
Max
right.
Lewis.
Top 3 qualifying. What you saying?
Max Lewis Bottas.
Max, Lewis, Bottas. Okay. All right.
I have hope that Max pulls it out of the bag.
I do feel like he.
Because I think it'll make also like I hope Max wins. I want Max to win too. Just to see
you
your
just keep
face.
saying that, yeah.
Just
You've
to
said that
see
like
your
40 times. I could make a compilation of the number of times you said that. I'm going to say, you know what, to switch things up, I'm going to say Lewis, Max, Bottas. Do I even back Bottas to... Yeah, I do back Bottas to come third. Right.
It's qualifying, bro. He always says it, bro.
Right, your race top 5.
Max Lewis Bottas. Who do I back? Oh, Ferrari's been much better at these tracks. So maybe Charles.
They did mess up this weekend.
Charles, and then who is people? Perez, maybe. Yeah,
Perez. Okay. To be fair, they were both on for a good finish until they crashed into.
I don't really like the last two. I'm hoping to get the top three right.
That's it. But the podium's the easiest part to predict. Right. Oh, this is. Oh no.
Come on, go for something different. Say Sainz is gonna win. I want you to say Sainz.
I do really want to predict like Bottas wins or something stupid. Like I do, just imagine if
just give it to Lewis.
Lewis and Max finish 8th and 9th.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Imagine that.
That would be so funny. That would be such a great race. And like Lando wins his first race. That honestly, that would be incredible.
You know what? Oh,
don't do that. Don't do
Bottas wins. Bottas wins. Then Lewis.
Then they're gonna.
Then Max. Oh yeah. Oh.
If it's Bottas, Max, Lewis, fair enough, but because then Bottas would throw Max into like Lewis. Like so down, so Lewis.
No, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this. It's probably really stupid, but I don't care at this point. We're gonna go with it. I'd say maybe the gap's too big. Whatever. I'm thinking there might be a scenario where they just can't do it. You know what? Yeah, Bottas is incompetent, bro. You think Bottas could let him by? If Max is
yes, Bottas has let him by so many times, bro.
He lets them both by. He just
just race it out between you guys. No problem. Come on. That's not realistic, though.
No, it's not. But I'm thinking they're both gonna finish like
low.
You know what? I don't even care anymore. I'm gonna send it. Bottas,
Lando.
Perez,
Lando.
Bottas, Perez,
Lando, Ricardo, Charles.
Sainz. Yep, there you go. Why do I keep backing Sainz? No, I'm going Charles.
And then you need two more.
Lando, Ricardo. No, Ricardo. Whoa, definitely not. Hold on. You know what? Then Lewis and Max. We'll just put Lewis and Max in there for some reason. Actually, no, they're not even top 5. Screw them both. Who's good? You know,
Gasly.
Lando, Gasly. Yes, Gasly. I forgot about Gasly. Right, driver of the day.
Max. If he was a champion.
Max. All right. You know who I'm gonna go for? I'm Kimi. Because it's his last race, I just want to assume that the fans will just vote Kimi for the sake of voting Kimi. I'm trying to make sure I don't pick the same thing as you. But
so
yeah.
then you equal me. At least you get some points.
I don't care. No,
so
I'd rather
bro. 0.
If this happens,
0.
If this happens, that's like 10 points. Look at it. I've predicted the top 5 to be Bottas, Perez, Charles, Lando, Gasly.
Still won, bro. I don't care. I've won basically the season.
You have, which is why we're doing Fantasy F1 next year.
Okay. So you can get destroyed and get smoked over the course of the season.
Okay, well now you have to do it. Honestly.
I did destroy it, so that's what
okay, which is why the Fantasy F1 would be funny. We're doing that. We're doing an episode on our Fantasy F1 teams next year when they come out. Right.
We can do a whole table with everyone, like if
anyone. Yeah, we'll make a league. If people want to join, we'll make a Fantasy F1 league so you can battle with us and see who wins. Winner gets to be a guest.
I don't want to come up.
You purposely lose and then leave. Well,
I never wanted to be on the podcast.
Well, that sums up our 2 hours of being Youseff sounding like you've been trapped here against your will, but that's the end.
Well,
of the
at
podcast.
least Max is gonna win the championship, hopefully so.
Just wrap it up, bro. You did the intro. You wrap it up.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and hopefully see you next week post Abu Dhabi, and we'll know who's the world champion at that time.
We will.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening. See you next week.